I've never figured myself to be in a position like this ever. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing for these people, or if I'm even the right guy for it. Hopefully I'm making the right calls for my people, my friends, my family. But I guess only time would tell. Alex. What happened?
And he's been stealing from us.
Yes? To get what, to his friends?
Well, it wasn't just the shine. I found Shiv's guns and the spark plug for that car out in the metal shed out there. On the other side of the fence.
Oh. Did he tell you this? How'd this happen? I need details. Start from the beginning.
Okay, so we were missing the cooking pot and the rocks, so I went out to go get more rocks and try and find a cooking pot, and I come across the metal shed, and inside the shed was a green backpack, and Shiv's Tech 9 was in there with a whole bunch of other stuff that I recognized from being in here.
Oh, shit.
On top of it, I mean, like, the cooking pot of all things. I mean, I had to grab a cooking pot off a ship because I couldn't even cook meat. And I had just spent the entire morning, like, trying to get everything set up. Finally got it all cooked, and I mean, I beat the hell out of Andy over the fact of the moonshine and the fact of the gun. And then he took half of what I spent all morning cooking. He basically loaded his backpack with all our food and left.
God damn it.
So on his way out, I gave him a few more punches and he pointed a gun at me. So I told him to leave or I'll shoot him.
So he's been stealing stuff from us from a while then. Not just...
That's what I figure.
Have we changed the door locks yet? I got in here without any issues, so we should change them all then.
No. Then we should pick a pretty easy code for us to get, but a hard one for him to get.
I will do for the interior gates. We'll do 7676. For the interior ones.
Mm-hmm.
The outer gates will be...
How about 8426?
8426, that sounds good. Gotta let everybody know who's a part of our group that Andy's not to be trusted right now.
Yeah, I mean... I also was wondering where my leathers went, and he had them. That's why they're outside the door. It's because he threw them at my feet.
He's been going through your stuff in your room to get that stuff.
Yeah, and the hooch.
God damn it.
I mean, I was gonna be using this stuff to bring us in more nails and more bullets and stuff. I traded, like, a crate with some guys this morning. Either way, it doesn't matter anyways. If you want the leather, go for it. It's yours.
What did Andy say? What was the exact words that Andy said before he left? I need to know as well.
He didn't really say much of anything because I was too busy feeding him. Feeding him fists.
Well, you didn't say anything in his defense of why this was happening.
No.
Kid, I understand you're angry, but if you just punch first, this is one of those times to talk. You really can't get down to the point of it.
Yes, Mr. John.
Because now I have to hear what his part was. I know stealing's not okay, but what if... I don't know, well, if there's a good reason, maybe. We need to know. And I would say to him, stealing's not okay. Not under any circumstances whatsoever. From each other.
I don't know. I just saw him this morning and I saw red.
Okay. Hey, kid. I want you to know something right now. The situation between you and Andy, by you hitting him like that, you may have made things worse. You should have given him time to talk and explain himself, for whatever it was.
I'm sorry.
So remember that next time. You gotta think about that.
Yes, sir. I was in the wrong for hitting him.
My feet are cold.
It was just... Without that cooking pot, for example, and the rocks, it took me hours to get all the stones together to, like, make the furnace or whatever to start cooking the food, and I had to borrow a cooking pot off of Shiv to be able to get things done.
I know it
There's
sucks.
a whole problem, too, with the fact that I spent all morning gathering that food in order to get it so that we'd have something to eat because our stores were running low again. Finding Shiv's gun out in the metal shed didn't help matters.
The one out there by the field, or was it inside the walls?
Yeah, it was the one out by the field there, closer to the road. On top of it, there was the whole problem with just the fact that he was taken out of my room, and I needed that stuff so that I could actually get his nails and stuff.
I know that wasn't okay, but I think you guys done wrong on both sides now. Just the way you reacted was too intense. Now I'm not here to talk to Andy because you got him to leave before even speaking words to him. Before we get to speak words back.
Yeah, well, him taking half of all of our food, that wasn't a good thing either. All it did was make him out to be the thief that he was.
Well, are you gonna go out there empty-handed on your own? Pissed off leaving because some person's hitting you constantly? Think about that as well. Now, you may have taken too much food because he was pissed. But there's two sides to this right now. He's more in the wrong than you are, but you escalated it at the same time.
I threw a few punches. But on the inverse, I mean, how would you feel if you're struggling and, like, next thing you know all that leather work that you were doing so that you could actually get bullets and nails into this place all of a sudden went missing?
I would be pissed too.
How would you feel if you're shine that?
I would give that man a chance to talk before I make my decision. Instead of acting like a little animal, punching him because you're pissed. I'd still use my words. You're in the right, I agree. But at the same time, we're not fucking animals. We still gotta use our words and get down to the bottom of this. Because now he's left with an extra worse taste in his mouth. And we don't know what he's gonna do next. We don't know why he was taking stuff. There's unanswered questions under why he was doing this. And I would have told him that he owes us back before he left. Or something.
Well, if he comes back, just lock me in the barn then.
You need to control yourself. You need to learn that.
For the most part, I've been pretty good about that, considering everything. Considering the level of frustration that I have with the fact that a simple task takes me like 15 different tasks, and I gotta go out miles to like go gather everything.
Every time there's a situation and we're on edge, you start to go towards the high end a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Just go calm down. I know you're pissed. It's okay to be pissed, but how you choose to act afterwards, that leads to different actions. That leads to different possibilities of how the other person's gonna act. Adding more fuel to a fire doesn't always make things better.
Yeah, well, he was gonna shoot me.
I don't think he was. I think he was pissed because you kept punching him. That's what the gun led to. I don't like that he pointed a gun at you either. Alright? Go think about it in your room.
Yes, sir.
And think about that, how it all escalated, and what you could have done differently. Alright?
John, there's somebody at the other entrance that said you needed to talk to him.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Talk to you. No, the other day.
I know. Close the door.
Which one?
There he is.
So I had to run around for the bag. I had a log in my hand. Come on in. Talk in the
No worries.
barn right there.
I'll wait for Stan.
Oh, there you are. How you doing?
I'm doing
Nice
alright.
to see you again, Brendan.
Are you gentlemen hungry? Do you need food for your travels?
Yeah, I know.
I got plenty of
Don't
food.
worry about it.
Alright. Well, Brandon, I just wanted to, not having enough information these days can be kind of a dangerous thing, and I want to be in the know-how of what's going on, just so if shit comes my way, I know how to properly handle it. And that's why I wanted to talk to you today. And I've told a lot of people who want to come here and protect this place. Everybody appreciates what I'm doing here, which I appreciate that they do. I just want to make sure that people know if they're in trouble or they have someone on their ass or someone's looking for them. I don't want them coming this way just because we have families and kids here. And I've lived long enough to avoid most of it. I know a lot of people out there have issues with each other these days, and I can understand that.
Yeah, of course. What, real quick, some of you bounce outside just in case. Keep an eye out. Stay frosty.
I'll go on the roof.
Yeah. Yep.
Stan, you go out.
Yeah, Stan, you go. Just stay frosty. You just want to know things? Is that all you're looking for?
I just want to be in the know-how
know-how?
of what's going on out there, 'cause I don't have time to travel. I don't know who's out there murdering people, doing shitty things, stuff like that. So when they come to my doors, I like to know who I'm dealing with the best I can, so I can properly assess the situation.
Yeah, of course, I understand. Alright, yeah, I know pretty much the gist of what's going on in the country, because I'm thrown into the middle of it, as I seem to always be. So first things first, there's a plethora of different groups around the region. I'll name them off and give a little descriptor. We'll start with myself at first, and Fractus we call ourselves. If you want me to be completely honest with you, we're basically Mandalorians. It's basically what we fucking are.
I have no
I'm not gonna
idea
lie.
what that is.
It's an old sci-fi thing. It's something stupid.
Okay.
I like samurai movies, basically. Yeah, anyway. We honestly aren't doing much of the attacking now. A lot of people blame every single attack on us, but we're more spy-like, I guess you can say. We infiltrate.
Well, one thing
and you know,
one thing you want to know from me real quick is that I'm not quick to judge. I'm the kind of person who doesn't like to play the game of telephone. And that's why I tell my people here, you hear something, don't act on it until you have all the details. So,
exactly. Yeah, nah, we kind of just, we of course we fight, but fuck, most of the time we're more information gathering, it's more our forte. My friends here, the Black Roses, these two individuals who are here, they are more fighters. They are very good friends of mine, very efficient fighters, and at the end of the day, well, they might be a little weird, especially my dear friend Bobby here, the good people. They'll do most of the fighting, same with John Moody's men, who aren't present at this moment, of course. But those would be the three groups pertaining to us when it comes to. That's up to you whether you want to say good guy, bad guy. I personally don't think it's that black and white, but
I think everybody has. I don't think anyone's really that bad unless they're going around there eating people or sacrificing people to Satan or some crazy shit like that. I just know most people out there, they can rub each other wrong, and that's how some dumb fights get started. And that's what I aim to avoid here, at the most.
yeah, definitely. Everyone's got a little bit of good, everyone's got a little bit of bad. Some just have more bad than good, and that's how I judge people. Sorry, something went on the wrong pipe there.
No worries. Need some water?
Yeah. I should be fine. Yeah, anyway, moving on. We'll start with the most obvious of what I personally consider. You know what? Nowadays, I don't even know whether to consider them the bad guys or not. Just less than moral people. The Spades that we've already spoke about. They are who you will really know when they show up.
I know
they're the character you really need to judge.
There's the only ones I know for sure to avoid. 110%. A lot of us here, we weren't turning ours when this happened. I seen the hordes, I seen the red smoke grenades, I seen them play music, and I know what they look like when they're running out there in the gas cans. So those guys for sure are on my shit list. But
Alright, here's the next bit of information then that is very crucial to you. You need to listen very carefully. 1. Scottish or Irish gentleman, I don't really know. To me, they're the same fucking thing. Named Macready. He is a Spade lieutenant. He is still alive as far as I know. Second thing, anyone from Nadbor or Huta, they are with the Spades. They are members of the family or Nuke Helm. Both of them are Spade information brokers. That is your most crucial information then, because it is more likely you'd run into them than Spades as of this very moment.
well, that is good to know. That is good information to be had. I know from some details I learned that a lot of their men are either Polish or German at the same time. Is there any truth behind that?
Yes, however, the family and Kelm are not necessarily members of the Spades. They're kinda, but not exactly. The Spades themselves are, yes, they are German. Yeah, they're pawns. The Spades themselves are German, yes. They are actually known as the Picts more in this country. So if you hear local refer to a group as the Picts, that is the Spades.
Well, keep an eye out there. I had a doctor a couple of days come by. German accent, said he was from Poland. And I don't trust people when I see that. I don't remember his name, but I was very careful to send him off of zero information. But he's around here, so if you see him, I'd be careful around him. But I don't know if he's one of them or not. But as soon as I heard his accent and said where he's from, it's gotta be careful, especially since he's a doctor.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I have conversations with people I think are suspicious. They usually end well if people give me the information I need and no one gets robbed or hurt. But I have conversations, we'll say. So maybe I'll have a conversation with this gentleman. Moving on. There is a man named Morgan. I don't know if you've met him. He runs a camp in Kriznik. He has a big radio tower. It's like a weird military base.
Yeah, I've been...
Here's his MO. Go on, I'm sorry.
I've been by there to see where it was, so I knew who I was dealing with out there. So I've been by there, I know where it's located, but I don't know much about him.
Well, yeah, you take my word with a grain of salt, of course, as you should take all. But this is the MO of Morgan, as far as I know. This I actually learned from the gentleman who I had a conversation with last night. So, for one, Morgan's men have shot me before. They talked to me for about 5 minutes, then said that, I said that socializing is survival, and then they shot me in the chest with the words exchanged. It was pretty shitty. It hurt for like hell for fucking weeks. I almost got addicted to the fucking morphine. They also are known to, this is where you need to really be careful and probably get more guards. They will come to your camp while you are asleep and they will tear down all of your walls. As far as I know, they've done it twice. They did it to a group called the Trap House in Vishnoi back in Chinaris. They did it to another group owned by a man, I don't know if it's owned by, but a gentleman named V. They did it to his group too. They went there in the middle of the night and dismembered the entire camp. They did the same to Green Mountain as well. The 3 times actually, that is it.
I'll keep that in mind. I've heard things like this before, so I always keep a careful distance from those folks. But
Yeah.
for the most part, I don't think they even know where we live. But at the same time, I don't know them, so I don't know their true motives either. These, like you said, these things you hear.
They are people to be more so careful for. I wouldn't ever mention my name to anyone that you don't know is with me or friends with me, because that can get you hurt.
I've never
Morgan
mentioned,
especially, it doesn't matter.
like I said,
Yeah,
I don't
sorry,
mention,
go on.
I don't mention names to anybody when they come through here. Like I said, we've stayed quiet. We stayed out of the radar. We're a bunch of families here, farmers, just trying to get by the best we can. We're not soldiers or anything like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, nah, they're just... I don't know, they just shoot people who say my name, and that's... Of course, take it with a grain of salt, because you don't know that for sure, but they've literally just shot people for telling him my name, and it's kind of ridiculous, I think.
That's a little off the handle, I agree.
Yeah. Moving on to the... I guess you can say... Actually, no, there's 2 more groups, but let's go to Bethany and the bathhouse first. Tar now. Also, the people who were from Severigrad, but they've kind of merged at this point. Bethany herself is the only dangerous one because she is also believed to be a spade.
I've heard that as
like
well.
a pawn of the spade. Yeah. So, I don't know for sure. I need to talk to Bethany. She doesn't like me very much for somewhat obvious reasons. So I need to end up talking to her. The rest of her people are kind of just blind to what's going on.
I know the folks from
I wouldn't call them
Severigrad
bad, yeah.
are good people. I traveled with them to leave Chernaris. And I don't know where they went until now because I know we got separated at the border from a horde of biters led by the Spades.
Yeah. Alright, and there's... Let's go with 3 other groups. One of those groups aren't here yet. Only 2 of them, I think, are here. But we'll still talk about them. First things first is the Legion. Have you know anything about the Legion?
I don't know, they're a weird bunch. They seem very hostile. They live up in that, what's it called, prison there. For the most part, they're eccentric. They like to talk medieval-like, and they wear armor and things like that, but no one really knows much about them. They haven't shown themselves much of a presence, but you'll hear them occasionally, see them shooting biters up at the prison. Other than that, they seem to be harmless, from what I can tell. There's a rumor, though, and I don't believe this rumor at this point, is that someone was saying that they want to tax people, which I said that probably won't go over very well. But other than that, that's a rumor. That's taken very lightly.
That is a rumor I've heard as well that I was going to tell you. Just be careful because those ones who wear the really big sets of armor can fucking tank a magazine of this.
What about a magazine of a 308?
Probably not tank that, but...
Alright. Who else is out there I should be aware of?
Family.
We already talked about the family. They're the first I talked about. The last 2 we're going to talk about here first the NCR. Have you heard of the NCR? I believe that's what they call it anyway. Their armbands say NCR.
I've heard rumors of them, but I don't know much about them. I mean, I've heard their name uttered, but I don't remember what was connected to it.
The only thing I know about the NCR is, for one, I don't even know if that's really their name. It says it on their armbands. Not that I'm wearing one. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, it says it on there, and their leader is a guy named Tig, I believe, and he just, they're weird. They're basically Pavlovo. They're basically Morgan. They're basically the same group, but they're separate at the same time. They like to consider themselves heroes, but I like to think anyone who likes to call themselves a hero isn't a hero, which I'm sure you can agree with.
I agree. Well, I can understand them wanting to do good things, but sometimes people have bad information, and they end up killing innocent people. And that's what I always try to avoid. Around here, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. The last group would be the nomads, who are not here. I'm sure if you were from Chinaris, you know the nomads, but they're basically the same deal as the NCR. They're pretty much just Pavlovo, and they're people who like to call themselves the heroes, but at the end of the day, do less than hero-like things.
I heard they're around, actually. Not all of them, but I know
Oh, all of them?
they're around. Not all of them, but some of them are.
I know Wraith and Amari are here. At least that's what I've been told. I personally haven't ran into them.
What do you know about Wraith and Amari?
I know they're here, that's about it.
Last week they took place in killing civilians in the Battles district, just because they said that they ran into us on the road.
Yep.
I want you to know
There's, like I said-
those two people right there, they're bad folks. I want you to know that right now. They do not blink an eye at killing a child. That's the kind of people they are.
Believe me. Listen,
You guys hear
I
the
know
gunshots
who's-
too, right?
Stan, get a little further away from me. I can hear you. Listen. I know who's here. I know who is here. I'm gonna leave it at that. And I know why Wraith and Amari are bad people, okay?
Alright.
Do we understand each other on that?
We
I know who is here.
I
When were you up
understand.
there?
I think we've already talked about this before. Or Andy did or something.
I've been up here for
Yeah,
a
probably
while.
Andy talked with you, but I'm aware who is here, and I'm aware of Wraith and Amari
Okay.
being after certain people. Yes.
Sometimes I just
Yeah, they're the kind of
You're
people,
I'm happy
though.
you
Son,
understand that as
somebody
well.
wearing a red hoodie
Yo, one sec.
run by there.
Hey, yo! Get a little further away and talk a little quiet. Sorry about that.
Well, besides the other things we were talking about, I want to know your intent for this place. If there's going to be a unseen trade or something that we might owe one day. Because I know that some people, when they protect or say they're under protection, sometimes there's unseen consequences to that. I want to be as crystal clear as possible with you. If there are going to be any, I want to know now.
Never. Here's the thing with me. I want one thing. There's a reason I'm looking for the spades. There's a reason I want to talk to the spades before taking them on. I consider myself a good man. Not the perfect man, but a good man. A place like this, anyone who would come in here and charge you something for protection, who wouldn't just see this place and want to protect it, them alone is a bad man to me. You'll never owe me anything.
I appreciate that. Like I said to your friend there, he says, you know, he like his men to be fed when they come through. That is a courtesy on our part. I just want to make sure if we don't have enough food to feed people, it doesn't become an issue either.
No, you don't owe us anything at all. In fact, I urge you, if you feel threatened, like if, say, Morgan or something is very close by, I urge you to turn my people away to keep yourself safe. Unless you know Morgan is going to attack you, if you just know he's nearby, I urge you to tell my people to go away for a day or two.
Alright, that's what I would do anyways. Because my people here, my friends, my family, my kids, they're the most important thing to me in the world right now. And a lot of people have been coming by, and I need to know everything about everybody who comes by here. Since I'm the leader, I'm in charge here, I need to make the best decisions I can with the information I have. And I appreciate you coming to talk to me because, honestly, I didn't know who I was dealing with for a long time. And that made me scared. It made me worried. And when people are scared and worried, they do dumb shit. And that's why I'm talking to you now, so I don't do dumb shit.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I appreciate it. See, this is all I want. If Morgan would talk to me like you are here, we would have an understanding. But Morgan decided to quite literally just start shooting at me and my people because I said the reason they even took me captive and shot me was because I said I had talked to the trap house before. And they were like, that means you die, and fucking they shot me in the chest, luckily. But
I'm trying to teach my kids here not to fly off the handle in situations like this. I'll tell you about something important then. The other day, he's a good kid, by the way. You're gonna hear some things that might make you suspicious, but we dealt with it. Me and Andy did. He had an iPod and he was playing classical music over a megaphone. He's never been to Janaris in his life. He doesn't know what that means to people here. People who've been from Janaris. And I'm not a person who acts aggressive usually, or flies off the handle. That moment of PTSD, remembering the horde show up, the fog
You guys mind
rolling.
if excuse me if you don't mind. It's starting right now. You guys don't mind if I get inside?
If you do, just gotta be quiet.
be quiet. Yeah, just be quiet.
But so we approach him real quick, all of us guns out, get him surrounded real quick, bring him in. I done something I'm not proud of, but it was the right move. We had him in a cell. We interrogated him for a couple hours, and eventually we had him face the wall. We shot a gun next to his head till he pissed himself to make sure he wasn't a goddamn spade. He wasn't, he was just a dumb kid. But he's good now. He lives with us, he works with us, he's a good kid, but my point is he's like 19. I'm trying to teach these kids not to do stupid shit like that, not to fly off the handle and act aggressively first, to do everything else in their power not to kill someone before they have enough information. Stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
And besides the basic, how to survive and how to grow, and how to be a functioning person these days and the circumstances we live with. But
Yeah.
this place
of
is...
course, I understand.
There's a reason why we call this place New Hope. Because it's the future. For all of us.
This is part of the future at the end of the day. Once all the smoke clears from all the goddamn conflict, we can finally get to work. I actually have a question for you.
What is it?
Have you ran into a gentleman named 25, calling himself 25?
No, I have not.
Okay. There's a gentleman named 25 who keeps going up to people saying he's looking for me. So I've been looking for him at the same time.
I'll keep that in mind then. I appreciate we had this conversation because you really put me at ease now. I feel better. I'm not as worried as I was before. I have less doubts about you folks. But I hope...
Yeah, I don't ask for anything, my friend. I see a place like this. When Andy told me about it, the first thing I said was stay there and never leave. And I said I was gonna send as much more as I can, at least in pockets, every once in a while. A place like this, it's a place that I know people will target at some point. It's just the reality of things.
About Andy, by the way. I believe he
I
has
was just about to say.
he has an alcohol. I think he has a drinking problem, and he's been acting a little weird lately. And I yelled at my kid this morning because he's been going to people's rooms and taking stuff, mostly alcohol and stuff like that when he's been drinking. And the kid got real aggressive with him. I already chewed her out because she only escalated the situation by punching and hitting him. But he ran off, and he had some supplies and bags of things. Now, I'm not the kind of person that sends somebody to kill him like that. I'm not gonna do that. He has his own reason. He's probably dealing with something real hard. I just want to know if you see him. I want to talk to him, and I want to see what's going on so the kid understands too. Cause she's livid, she's pissed for good reason, but she only escalated the situation.
I know who you're talking about. I talked to her earlier, and like I said earlier, a few minutes ago, I know who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, pardon me there. Yeah, I came here looking for Andy, actually, and then Bobby just told me on the radio on my way that you wanted to talk. I'm aware of the drinking problem. She told me about it earlier, so I said I was gonna come back and deal with it. Sucks that he isn't here.
I don't mind that he took the
I mean, I would have
food,
hit him too.
but he was stockpiling guns for a reason or hiding them somewhere. I don't know why he was doing that. He was taking things in here at a time. I don't know what's going on in his head, what he's dealing with, but I'm gonna take him down from head of security here, just because if he's flying off the handle from some kind of stress he's dealing with, I can't have that here. And the worst thing is, I don't want to see him lose his shit and I have to put him in a cell for a couple of days or a week. That's what I'm worried about.
So, yeah. You see, Andy has seen just about more than any of us. I can guarantee you he's seen more than most of us. He has certain bits and pieces of his story that people aren't allowed to know. Not right now, anyway. So I need to talk to him whenever he shows up.
I know he's a good man and he means well. I want to make sure he's okay, he's safe. And then once I can talk to him, I can figure out what's going on, and the kid can finally get an apology, and she can apologize as well. Because that's what we do, we're people, we're not animals. That's what I'm trying to get across to her. But
Yeah.
other than that, like I was telling her, she has a new life here. She's leaving the whole thing, all that old stuff behind her. And she's trying to grow up
Yeah.
in a better life now. And sometimes people drag her back into that kind of lifestyle, but I pull her back right out.
Did she tell you what I told her earlier?
About the meeting.
What meeting? No.
It was supposed to be a meeting between somebody to figure something out, and she was gonna go along or something.
Shepard is looking for her. Do not let Shepard into this camp.
All right. Who is Shepard?
He has a very rough, grumbly voice. You'll know it when you hear it. Don't let him into this camp.
Okay.
He is not a bad man, but he cannot find her.
All right. I'll make sure then.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I was worried about, because I would talk about this another time, I guess.
Yeah. More in private.
Yeah. Hey, kiddo, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Just brought some food.
That's good. I know I was getting a little hungry myself. Well, let's get inside. It's raining. Let's get everybody inside the main barn and have a little campfire and relax for a bit. How's that sound?
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, that sounds good, eh?
It sounds fine to me.
All right.
Oh, good too, Pedro.
Do you guys got like a
John?
belt or another strip
I
of
have it
burlap?
We might have one laying around. We'll take a look. Everyone this
I-
way.
Come here.
Sorry, I was talking a little low. What's that?
The only place that it could
Hey,
get
John,
some privacy,
Alex,
you
over
know.
here. She's ready.
All right, good. Let's head out then. We'll get to Mitch's place. I gotta use his toilet because I gotta take a big one.
Yeah, if
Hello.
Hi, Andy. I wanted to talk to you. And Alex at the same time. We'll do that right now, I guess, before we head out to the party, so we're on good terms. Alex, come over here.
Come on.
Might want to tie her up.
there's the people inside the gates.
That's your guys.
I'm trying to fucking keep
Oh.
him out of the loop.
They actually want to talk to you when they get a chance to, but
Oh, there's the one.
Alex, Andy, come over here.
Something that happened.
He's there.
Can ship
I'll
come.
meet you there then.
If he needs to.
That didn't feel too good, did it?
So I heard about what happened, and I think it was wrong on both sides there. I heard that you've been going through Alex's stuff and drinking her alcohol.
Yeah, we had something happen.
I want to know what happened. I want to know from your perspective of it, because I know she escalated things by hitting you, which wasn't okay. I know she was pissed and probably in the right. I want to hear from your point of view what happened.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't approach her though.
Yeah, I drank half a bottle for moonshine.
Jesus.
I was just I needed to drink. I didn't drink for the last day or so. So I just needed a little bit of a drink.
I'm disappointed, man.
Good.
You going to people's private areas, their rooms, taking the things. It makes it hard for people to want to trust you. Your friends and family here.
Only the moonshine.
I don't care what it is. It could have been anything else. It's still the same. It still means the same thing to us. I know you.
So explain to me why Shiv's gun was out in that metal shed there.
Yeah, I don't think he took it, so I don't know why everyone's getting pissed off on my behalf.
Only thing I took was moonshine.
So, you know,
And half
I
of
don't
our
think he
food.
took it. No, he
Yeah,
brought me
well-
some dried meat.
I figured that's
That was
fine because I figured if you were pissed going out there, you're not gonna go out there empty-handed and hungry.
We brought fish back as well to like replace it.
I appreciate that. Now, kid, I understand you're pissed and you punched him, but what I want you guys both to do right now is I want you both to apologize to each other. And get over the silly little thing that's going on. Like I said, you didn't have all the details, kiddo.
Andy, for the sake of everybody, you gotta let your problems go at the gate. I'm sorry I punched you, but that drinking thing's gotta stop.
Fucking hell.
I've personally seen drinking destroy
This is fucking retarded.
lives
dude.
of,
I ain't-
of somebody way younger than you are right now. That shit doesn't only ruin your life.
By the way, if you need a drink, I'll walk with you down to Mitch's place. He always got drink. He's always down to share. We just can't have you going to people's personal rooms and taking their alcohol because you need a drink. I understand there's things you're dealing with, but it doesn't excuse you betraying somebody's trust to go into their private space.
It's about the prison. What's the
I just didn't want to leave because of guard duty. It's the only way I can really try to sleep at night, John.
Whoa, wait, you're doing this shit on guard duty?
Shut up, Stan.
Hey,
Talk again, I'll punch
quiet.
you.
Makes me focus more.
It doesn't.
It doesn't help you focus. See.
And in my family,
Andy.
No, I can't. I don't drink for pleasure. All right, I can't. All right, I cannot even get hangovers in the morning. It doesn't work.
Andy, let
it's
me
not
tell you
working
something.
anymore.
You wanna know why I don't drink? My family are full of alcoholics. I've seen this before. I've seen this many times before. It's up to you to make a difference and how you gotta change your behavior. Because honestly, that alcohol is just gonna make your mind all fuzzy. It's gonna make you do dumb shit because you're not thinking straight. You think you're not thinking straight when you're sober? Well, it's only worse when you're on alcohol, when you're drinking too much. And if you're gonna be doing that while on guard, you're a danger to everybody.
I've been doing it ever since.
And look, you went into somebody's tent in their personal space to get more alcohol because you needed it. You felt you needed it. That's not okay. I know you're dealing with some real shit. We have our therapist here. Maybe you should talk to him more.
No. I'm not going to go to some guy that gets paid to...
No,
listen
he's
to
not
other people's
just some
problems.
guy. He's been through the mill like we did. He survived out here like we did. He knows what's going on. He's not just some guy who's trying to make some money. That's the old world. He's been through the shit. He's somebody who just understands more than most.
If I tell you what I've done, all right, you wouldn't trust me anymore, even if I didn't steal the moonshine.
Gotta find a way to make
It's not
yourself
what happened
better.
in Tar now. Just leave the camp. Just going to deposit fish and leave camp.
We already changed the locks because we weren't sure what was happening exactly. But I want you to get better, the best you can. Find a way to deal with what's going on, and I think talking to somebody's the start. And Maverick over there, he may be a therapist, but he ain't somebody who's just doing it because he's getting paid anymore. He's doing it because he cares. And he's better insight than most people do. I'm always an open ear if you need to talk to me as well. We just can't have you going into people's stuff, even if it's for moonshine. Alright? You're still welcome here. I just don't want you on guard duty anymore, okay?
What the hell am I supposed to do here if I'm not protecting the place?
You can still help
Wait,
protect it, but
Fuck?
we have other people who are going to be doing that
Huh?
now.
What the fuck did I just miss? You kicking him out?
I'm not kicking him out. He's still welcome around. He just won't be doing guard duty anymore.
Of a half a bottle of moonshine?
There's more to that, kid. You don't understand. You're young. I can
fucking
explain.
ridiculous, like.
Alright,
People
alright,
getting all
alright.
angry on my fucking behalf when
Nah, it's
I
not
didn't say
that, kid.
Nothing about
Hey,
him
yo.
taking a gun.
Chef, that's not the place
Hey,
right now.
yo.
Later.
Oh, shut the fuck!
Okay?
I'm not fucking
Later.
talking to you, Noah.
All right.
This kid's got spirit. I like this kid. But anyway, everybody be quiet for a minute. Andy, hi. How are you? I haven't seen you in a few days. I hear you have a bit of an issue. As
Days,
we've been
Brandon. I haven't seen you
listening
in
a conversation.
weeks.
Yeah, weeks. Actually, yeah, weeks. Hello. The last time I saw you, I said stay here, which was what you've done, which is very good. I hear you have a drinking problem. Where did that come from? Maybe we should talk about it in private. Maybe it's something only me and you can talk about. Yeah? Am I right? I know more about you than anyone in this little circle, Andy. I understand a therapist isn't gonna help you. I understand Johnny or even can't help you. But you know what I know. You want to talk, you talk to me. Or you talk to Clara.
Fine. I'll talk. But it's only you and I. It's only you and I.
Yes, let's have a conversation. By the way, I like you, kid. You got spirit. Let's go over here.
The rest of us who's with me, let's head towards Mitch's place for the party. And let's have ourselves a good time and try to relax for a bit.
I'm waiting for Andy. I ain't
Alright.
going nowhere without Andy.
Hey, kid.
Kyle, what
I want you to understand that you missed part of the conversation, and we already cleared up about that bag. We're not pissed about that. It's other things. All right.
He was just helping
Andy
me out.
will be fine.
And everyone's
He's one of
all fucking-
ours.
All right.
We're gonna take care of him.
It's good to see you
Well,
again,
well,
kid,
yeah,
by
like
the
I
way.
said, I'm gonna wait for him. Alright, yeah, you too, John. Shame this fucking this bullshit going on.
All right, everybody who's with me, come with me.
Yeah, okay. Where you going?
We're going to Mitch's place.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
coming?
to Midges.
You're gonna come though, right? Alright, cool.